And we should be live. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas. I am the lead developer of Drauger OS. We recently had a new release, Drauger OS 7.7. But today our main thing is just going to be just hanging out, just, playing some Bloons Tower Defense 5. Personally, it's one of my favorite games. I play it all the time just because it doesn't require a lot of mental focus, honestly, unless you really want to get somewhere with it. But, yeah. Let's see. Can I get a confirmation from chat that my audio is decent, at least? Seems like things are working. Alright then. So, I've already got easy. So, let's do medium. Alrighty. Let's see. Go right here. I guess I'll put one right here as well so you can get early, and if they get missed, I can get them again here in a little bit. Let's see. Also, I apologize for what little of a mess behind me you can see. It's I just moved, so it's a little bit of a mess over here right now. Let's see. Looks like I dropped internet there for just a second. Okay, so it looks like we're back at this point. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna get one of these sniper dudes right here to help take care of that. Hey, Hotel, how you doing? Let's see, so I got some basic upgrades on this guy right here. Yeah. Okay, so that first upgrade on the left route where the sniper allows it to pop leads. So at this point, I should at least have basic coverage for those. Oh cool, you're in Brazil. Nice. Let's see. I am going to grab a bomb tower because even though this guy can handle the leads, the bomb tower is great with more area of effect type stuff, and the sniper monkey, while it does a lot of damage, it's not very fast, especially versus some of these other towers that I'm going for. Let's see. The frags will allow it to pop the black balloons. So once those come around, that'll be taken care of. Gotta get the bigger bombs, whether I want them or not. Missile launcher. That increases the fire rate. It also slightly increases the range. And I'm one of the guys that likes to use the glue tower. Because I figure the more time that you have to actually like hit a balloon, the more likely you are to pop the balloon. Also, a lot of these initial towers right over here are probably going to end up getting taken away later on. There's actually an upgrade to the Super Monkey that it requires sacrifices. So anything within the Super Monkey's range will get taken up, and the Super Monkey will kind of use that in order to boost its own power. So, thinking long term, I'd like to get that upgrade because that Super Monkey upgrade is really powerful. It also comes with the ability. It makes it even more powerful. So definitely want to take advantage of that if I'm possible. Monkey sub. As he is, he's not especially powerful with the monkey sub, but there's an upgrade I'm going to get here in just a little bit that makes it much more useful. That's this advanced intel upgrade. It's a little expensive, but as you can see now, it can fire outside its range. It's not as accurate and it doesn't do quite as much damage as the Sniper Monkey, but it has such a high fire rate that it doesn't make too much of a difference. I still use the Sniper Monkeys though because they have an upgrade where if you shoot a Moab, it'll freeze the Moab for a few seconds. So that's nice. they just sort of take care of themselves, honestly. You do gotta get some upgrades on them, but you know, they cover a wide area, and especially once you get them upgraded, they at least make it harder for things to get through that area, right? So I figure, why not, you know? This guy over here. The Monkey Apprentice isn't especially powerful. I do like this upgrade right here because it allows it to. It sort of chains, so it will like strike something with lightning, and then the lightning will jump to the nearest balloon, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So it allows the Monkey Apprentice to strike outside of its range a little bit. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's better than nothing, you know? Gotta get one of these guys. And that's gonna do it. I'll get one of these guys right here. So he'll collect the bananas from that. And later down the line, once I get a what's it called? Once I get a helicopter, anything the helicopter drops, he'll pick it up as well. And then the monkey buccaneer and put it right smack in the middle. Yeah, I guess that'll have to work. Unless I put in... Yeah, that'll work. Not want to do a range upgrade. 15 more rounds until we get to free play. Alrighty. So, Hotel, you have a rig that can play at 1440p 4K. You get a lot of stutter. 7900 RX 7900 XTX, Ryzen 7800 XTD, 32 gigs of RAM DDR5. Okay. So that's a great question as far as addressing stutter. So you're saying you have an AMD GPU and CPU. My first question is going to be, are you on Drauger OS 7.7 or 7.6? I think I remember talking to you in our Telegram group. I want to say you're on 7.7, but I don't know your rig, so if you just don't mind confirming that. Okay, so you're on 7.7. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure that your system's up to date. If you've already done that, next thing I'm going to suggest is check and see if you have auto login enabled. If you do, then that means every time your computer logs in, it's logging in using Wayland, which is sort of what your desktop environment is using to talk to your graphics driver. It works great. It's kind of a new thing, but it's not perfect yet. If you don't have auto login enabled on your login screen, at the very bottom, there would be somewhere around where this button right here is, maybe a little bit farther over. you'll see a little menu. And the menu will say plasma session, it'll have a little colon, and then it'll say either X11 or Wayland. You can click on that and change it to whichever one you want. I'm using Wayland right now, and I usually recommend Wayland. But if you're having issues with Wayland, it doesn't hurt to give X11 a shot, just to see if it alleviates any issues. So I would suggest giving that a shot. Once you log in using X11 or Wayland, whichever one you're not using, it'll remember that. So if that works for you, it'll remember it, no big deal. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Just check what you're logging in with and see if the other option works. Thankfully, if that does work for you, it's a pretty easy fix. So, hopefully that's going to be a good solution for you. So we're around 59. I'll probably go ahead and get another super monkey after that. And then after I get the super monkey, I'll probably go ahead and get another monkey sub. There we go. Take it and I'll put it outside the range of this guy because he's going to be a monkey temple, so anything in his range is going to get absorbed. But I do want him to help out a little bit both early and later on. He's not going to be a temple, so I can upgrade his range some. Extra monkey sub. We'll have to do a second one while I'm at it. Hey, we could just beat medium. Nice. So everything from this point on is free play. Experience gained will be significantly less, etc., etc. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. We know we're in free play. My next big thing is, so around 85 or so, I'm going to get an even bigger Moab come through called a Zamog, I believe. They're really hard to defeat, but one of the upgrades for the monkey sub, this one right here, it gives you an ability that will knock out the Zamog in one go. So I want to try and get that to make my chances of survival better. But that is kind of difficult to do, so I'm definitely going to rely on my monkey bank here in order to make that happen. Probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and do this right here. Reduce the cost of all these things. lot of people know about is, so if you upgrade your banana farm to a monkey bank during a round, if it was supposed to give you any more bananas during that round, it will not give you the rest of those bananas. You have to wait till in between rounds to upgrade to a monkey bank. Otherwise, you're leaving money on the table. Get that guy's range upgraded. Now, the nice thing about the monkey bank is, especially on easy and not to the same level, but still on medium, this guy, the banana farm caps out at 5,000, which is close to the same price as the next upgrade. Obviously, you can see I'm going to have $500 more, but compared to 5,000, that's nowhere near that. I'll go ahead and get color popper as well. So that'll help out a little bit. Cool. Cluster arms. So the final upgrade for the cluster bombs and missile launcher, it'll actually freeze all the movements in place, which is frankly kind of cool. Alright, so there's the Banana Investment Agency. That should help out. Frankly, I'm somewhat surprised I am surviving right now. Yeah, so I gotta get this guy to about 50,000 so I can get that. If I do one of these, though, let's see if I can't keep one on the edge, because I've done it before. So I'll get a few of them. NVIDIA GPU runs better than AMD GPU on Linux. That's a complicated answer, Hotel. So obviously, for starters, that's gonna depend on what GPUs you're talking about in particular. I will definitely say that video GPUs do not run as well on Linux as they do on Windows normally. That being said, AMD GPUs do run better on Linux than they do on Windows. But does AMD run better than NVIDIA? Not really, no. Frankly, performance-wise, especially on Linux, they're pretty equal. A lot of people will tell you, when it comes to AMD versus NVIDIA on Linux, only situation that I found, at least, that you will get better performance with NVIDIA on Linux is when you're doing ray tracing. Because AMD's ray tracing technology is a generation or two behind versus NVIDIA's. So there is that to consider. Now, if you don't care about ray tracing at all, then yeah, they're pretty equal, and the difference is going to largely come down to, do you want the ability to have support for new graphics cards as soon as they come out, or do you want to be able to just plug in a new graphics card, not have to bother with drivers, and they just work? Because that's kind of the big difference between AMD and NVIDIA when it comes to running them on Linux. NVIDIA, because you have a dedicated driver, and NVIDIA is responsible for not only maintaining that, but adding support for new cards, they are typically more on top of getting those updated drivers out. AMD, while they are responsible for their driver in the Linux kernel, they are not the ones responsible for packaging it for the Linux kernel and shipping that out. That is your distribution. And normally you don't get as good support from a given distribution day one for new graphics cards. So performance-wise, they're pretty equal. Ease of use-wise, AMD takes the cake, but if you like having bleeding-edge hardware, NVIDIA is still where it's at. And that's likely going to be the way it is unless something dramatically changes with the way Linux kernel development is done. So, yeah, it's more of a... Unless you're interested in ray tracing, the issue is less of a performance question and more of an ease of use question, really. So yeah, there is that. Alrighty. They're getting pretty far in. Alrighty. There's that. Probably just in the nick of time, too. Yep. Boom. And there's my Samog, gone in a flash. Let's see. So this guy's next upgrade is going to be that. Whereas for this guy, his next upgrade is going to be this. I'm actually close to that. No! I died. That sucks. Alright. Well, my main goal of actually beating that map on medium has been achieved. So, you hope AMD has a high-end next year, wait a few months to buy it so they have time to have drivers on Linux too. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it if you're definitely wanting AMD. I would really recommend, if you're definitely going to go AMD next time, I would wait a minimum of 6 months to a year to get that new graphics card after it releases, because that's about how long it takes for them to not only get the drivers made, but also get them tested and get them out to users. Frankly, the 7900 XTX is pretty powerful, frankly. So what you have now is really good. Personally, I have a RTX 2080, and that's because at the time, performance when the 20 series came out on, let me reword that. At the time when the 20 series NVIDIA cards came out, performance was better with NVIDIA, but AMD has slowly been playing catch up, and NVIDIA, while they have been getting faster, they haven't been getting faster to the same degree. So, for what I needed at the time, 20 series was where it was at. But I'm still rocking that card, and obviously it's running at least BTD5 well while I'm streaming. Granted, this isn't a heavy a game. You can see down here I'm getting 60, 63 FPS. So, that's pretty good, honestly. Especially for, you know, you're playing a game and live streaming. Like I said, this is not a heavy game at all, so. Do I want a new card? Yes. Do I have the money for a new card? Absolutely not. I usually take my sniper monkeys and put them in a spot where not really anything else can hit anything. This will let me have my monkey subs, so that'll be nice. Let's see. Let's slow things down just a little bit. I didn't know that. I did not know that Unreal Engine ran better on Linux than it did on Windows. Granted, are you talking Windows 10 or Windows 11? Because that can make a huge difference. Let's see. I should probably be looking at getting something to handle lead balloons here soon. Yes, like that. Cover that one area. So we at least got protection from both camo and lead balloons now. So that's good. Star Wars Fallen Order is unplayable on Windows but runs very well on Linux. It must be a shader compilation on Steam, I believe. I can see that, yeah. I don't know of Steam compile shaders at all on Windows. But granted, the only reason I know that is because literally all of my computers are Linux. So the desktop I'm playing on right now is running Drauger OS 7.7. Right? I have two laptops laying right here and a chair next to me. Both of them are running Drauger OS 7.7. I have a MacBook Air that is running Drauger OS 7.7. That's an older MacBook. It's not one of the newer ones. It's really old. I have a Microsoft Surface Pro 4 that is running Drauger OS 7.7. I have a Pinebook Pro which is running Manjaro, just because Drauger OS doesn't run on ARM yet. And that's just like the actual computers. That's not taking into account single board computers or servers, because I got a number of both of those. But as you've heard, every single one of them is running Linux to some degree. I have not run Windows on a personal computer since 2013 or so. I have dual boot. When it doesn't work well on one, I switch to the other. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard a lot of people doing that just to get the best of both worlds. Personally, for me, it's not worth the hassle. But hey man, you do you. Alright, monkey sub. I'm around 32 and we have not gotten balloons out of this little area right here yet, as far as I know. So, doing pretty good if you ask me. Probably start saving up for a super monkey. I understand how you feel, Hotel. So I started playing video games on the Xbox 360. Loved it to death. I eventually moved to PC because I like that, you know, the machine is multi-use, right? Back in the days of Xbox 360, you could stream like Netflix on the Xbox, but frankly, it wasn't great. It's always been better on a computer. But my Xbox eventually gave out. So what it didn't do like a rendering of death or anything. What it did was so it's actually kind of a funny story. One day I tried to play a video game on it from like a disc, and literally the disc refused to play. Tried to watch a DVD refused to play. But CDs worked for some odd reason. I have no idea why. It wouldn't play games, wouldn't play DVDs, but it would work on CDs. So, kind of backwards if you ask me, but whatever. So, yeah. I eventually just gave up on it and switched full-time to PC. I like console. I really do. It's just, you can still do more on a computer than you can on a PC or on a console. And it's gonna remain that way, basically forever. Just due to the nature of consoles. Granted, my issue was always, I was playing a lot of Skyrim, and I don't know if you've played Skyrim before, but on Xbox 360, you needed to make sure you saved your game every couple minutes, because if you didn't, the game would very likely crash not long after. And sometimes it would be just a couple minutes after, sometimes it would be literally hours later and you hadn't saved your game. Kind of ridiculous. There was no way of predicting it. But for some reason, if you saved your game consistently, there was no way it was bad. For whatever reason. Alright. Get started on my little hacks. I like to have a little bit of overlap in the range of attack towers, just because A, it helps with coverage a little bit, but also B, it makes it a little bit easier to make sure that nothing gets left behind. Come on. No, it won't fit. Alright. Also, yes, I know. You don't have to make the joke. I'm glad that little bobsled thing doesn't knock out any of my tacks. Also, Hotel, that specific generation of console I refuse to buy into, because both Xbox and PlayStation at the time, that was the first console you had to download games. Like, you might still have a disc drive, but you had to, like, copy the game to your drive, and I was like, no, I'm sorry. At least on the Xbox One, that's what you had to do, and I'm just like, no. If I have a game on disc, I want it to remain on disc, because it saves digital space that I can use for other things. Okay. Just a few hundred more bucks. Yeah, Hotel, I've seen a lot of people complaining about that. I haven't really had time to look into it yet. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, so just so you know, my personal system is showing a similar error. Are you able to see that? Okay, so I don't think you're able to see my Discover because I'm just sharing Yeah, I'm just sharing the window. I'm not sharing the application. I'm not sure why this is. I haven't really looked into it at all. But somebody on Discord I think they did see a way to get that fixed. And it was something weird with having to add another connection into your internet connection settings. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'll try to dig it up and share it in Telegram, and I might even make a post on our wiki if people keep having issues with that in particular. I frankly don't understand why that's happening either. But in the meantime, you can still update from command line. Just using sudo apt update, then sudo apt upgrade to get your main system packages, and then sudo flatpak update to get any flat packs. Snaps update automatically. But that should get most anything that you need. Last level for medium. Yay! Alrighty. So I noticed with this guy right here, it seems to be having a little bit of trouble keeping up as far as keeping normal balloons pushed back. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of help with one of these guys. Right now it's not going to be all that helpful, but once I get it upgraded, all that final upgrade, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, these regenerative ceramics are having a really hard time getting onto the map. But if it sends a large enough rush through there, they can get through. Or Moab. Moab's work too. Probably need to get another super monkey. Oof, he's gonna swallow that up once he upgrades. That's alright, by that point I probably won't need it anymore anyways. Let's see. That guy put right there. This little upgrade for the attack shooters is really powerful. The attack shooters normally aren't really all that great, but once you get them to that upgrade, it's actually really good, especially if you have a lot of them all together. It just dominates so well. Because as you see, it's doing massive damage to those no-apps. Yeah, I probably should get another Super Monkey. Because once it gets outside of this beginning area, it isn't really doing much. Probably also kill a monkey out of that area. Oh no. That was wonderful. Those must have all been camo. Thankfully, it's a relatively easy fix. Another little tip that not a lot of people know about this game. So if you have two monkey towers that are in range of each other like this, and they both have the upgrade that increases towers' ranges in their area, they actually feed back on one another. Okay, that was close. Oof. Next round is when I have the mod. I've just been trying to survive, not prepare for a future. Thankfully, I'll probably be okay. No, it's always around 86 or 87. That's okay though. That's okay. We beat medium. That's the important part. Let's see. see. I'm just gonna save my progress to the cloud real quick. Just in case. You never know. And then, let's do one more round. Let's see. So, we were on bobsleigh run, right? Let's see. I feel like daffodils. Yeah, let's do daffodils. I've already got it on easy and medium, so let's do hard. It'll be a tough one. On the bright side, we got some water right there, so I don't have to put out one of my precious enter tubes. That guy in. Slow things down just a little bit. Nope. I'm glad I have a bunch of free road spikes. One, two, three, four. Cool. Might as well go ahead and just do that, just in case. Then let's grab one of these guys and drop them down here in the corner. Alright, so he should cover me for the rest of the board for now. As well as legs now. Oh, nice. Okay then. I didn't expect him to grab that. Help out tremendously. Whew, that was close. There we go, that should help. Alrighty. So we got a decent cluster right there around the beginning. Let's work on our until I get that upgrade. That'll give us some water. At the very least, it's covering this little area and a little bit down here too. So it's better than nothing. Wow, there's a little spot. I might be able to put one in right next to it. I don't know. We'll have to find out. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh well. Okay then, so that highlighted a major issue. Granted, the Ninja Monkey should have gotten them, so I don't really see why that was an issue. Okay. Well, that helped. Alright. They're getting better at least. Alright. So that'll at least make it where things getting on the map is going to be significantly more difficult. We get one of these guys next. Okay, right around there. What? What? Dude. No. No, I actually don't have any super monkeys in that game. No, I do not. What? It's right there. Yeah, he's not going to be made into a monkey temple. Let's see, so that's 93. I don't even know if I can fit us right there. Alright. frankly, we're still doing reasonably well, all things considered. Okay, so that... Well, also put a monkey village in there. Help do that. First, I need to get one of those guys in here. We died. Alright. Well, at this point, we've been going for almost an hour and 10 minutes at this point. So, unless anybody has any additional questions, and I am going to wait for just a couple minutes here. But in case anybody has any remaining questions, I think we're going to call it a night. We've only had a few viewers, really, but, you know, I appreciate everybody stopping by and, you know, hanging out for a little bit. It's always nice to hear from the community and things like that. Yeah. Honestly, this game isn't my strong suit. I've never really done all that great at it. I feel like I've gotten better compared to where I used to be, but honestly, yeah, not great. My fiance is the one that's really good at this game. I'm honestly kind of jealous. Because she can consistently get to round 100 without any help, and I have trouble getting past round 85. So, yeah. Alright guys, well, since I haven't really seen any other questions from chat, I'm gonna say that's it for the night. So, thank you all for stopping by and hanging out, and we'll catch you next time. Peace!